Wood and Waters on the front row. On the second row. It has been a big day for Ryan Wood. A first-time winner earlier on, off the pole now. And if he can get this all together, perfection awaits. But he's been swamped by Cam Waters. Waters has got the lead. And he's being challenged, a huge challenge around the outside by Matt Payne. So Woody, I think, is going to drop back into third spot here. He'll argue the case, but he has dropped back into third spot. It's Waters, it's Payne, it's Wood, it's Feeney, and Randall's made some ground.
And that was Heimgartner off the road there, coming out of turn one. He might have got escorted off that one. Beautiful start by Cam Waters. Clean side of the road, absolutely perfect.
Cold tyres and brakes. And something of an unknown. That's the voice of Andre Heimgartner in the background. He was talking to Tony Woodward, his engineer, a few moments ago. Out of turn 6 on the opening lap, and Waters has skipped away already. He's got a little bit of fresh air. Challenge going on here, and that's Will Brown sneaking down the inside, having a peek to try and make a move. It's a short, sharp, intense lap off the start. Standing lap all happens real fast around here as people sort themselves out in this early phase. Moving up is Will Brown up into position number 7. Cam Hill's come up a spot as well, but Waters has got control by 1/4 of a second.
Nice job by Matt Payne also to place that car, and a great job by the two Kiwis with Ryan Wood and Matt Payne going through turn 2 and 3 without making contact. You have a giant shunt if you end up off the road through that kink and then the run over the hill at turn 3. So nice job by both of them to give each other racing room.
That looked like it was going to be a challenge for a moment when they tried to go 2x2 through turn 4. Aaron Cameron and Macaulay Jones, and Macaulay dropping in behind. Waters in control over Payne. Remember that drive from Matt Payne in New Zealand last time out, or I beg your pardon, in Tasmania last time out, was stunning. He's right in the game now in this one. Wood sitting there in third position. We know how quick that car is. Here's the replay of the start, and the jump and the transition was perfect for Cam Waters. 0 to 100 would be pretty good when they look at the data on that one. And then Payne did a nice job around the outside, because it's pretty dirty around there as well to be able to do that. Here's the view from the roof cam looking across to the pole sitter, and he had him nailed right from the start. And then Payne didn't have a big enough gap to be able to get in behind. He wanted to challenge around the outside, because if he could make that stick, he could prevail by the time they get to turn 2. He couldn't do it, but he slots in nicely into position number 2. Live pictures on the right-hand corner down the bottom. And this is looking down the side of the sill panel on Ryan Wood's car. And it's just a bit of clutch slip involved in that. He didn't really get the bite and the transition that he was looking for to convert all that energy and torque to get it away.
They did a nice job here. This could have been ugly. So two of them just gave each other a little bit of racing room, and then Ryan just released the throttle. Now, this might be the Heimgartner story. Yeah, so side to side there with Aaron Cameron.
That span that you can see across those top 3 at the moment is only 0.8 of a second. So we've got a read on lap speed. Mostert making ground here. He's just made a good move on Brody Kostecki. That was the one that we talked about. He was stalking him just on the last lap. He's up to 7th now. So Brock Feeney, the fastest car on the last lap. Cam Waters actually the 7th fastest car on the last lap. Here it is again, replay over the peak of the hill, 6th gear, and makes a nice plunge down the inside and gets him cleanly and easily. And no sliding and no strong resistance there from Brody, who knew he was cooked.
So that was a big differential on that lap for Cam Waters, because it was a 55.65. So 0.3 of a second slower. Here we go, Ryan Wood's got it done. So nicely executed there. He was able to get the rolling speed, the mid-corner speed around the inside, straighten it up, and then come off the corner with better exit pace. Gets it down the inside. He's got to try to protect the crisscross. He does it really nicely. Well done.
So here we go. Wood's now well and truly in his slipstream.
It's a lot cooler, a lot less UV.
Look at this.
This was the little bump that he put on before. Does he get the side draft? Does he get it up there far enough to be able to take effect? He's not. He's just balked him over there a little bit, Cam Waters, but he's down there far enough, deep enough. Does he get it stopped? He does, and he comes off there very nicely. Ryan Walkinshaw very animated. But here comes Cam Waters. It's not over and out. I thought it was done. That was a very nice response. Great crisscross.
Yeah, nice job. He sized him up on that one and was able to completely snatch that one back again. So it was a brief moment of glory, and he's dropped back into second, but it's a warning now to Waters that he's well and truly under threat. Now, the other thing that's happening as a result of that, it's dragging everybody else into play. So the split across the top 5 at the moment is only 2 seconds. So this is getting really juicy. Here we go again, and he's going to have a look down the inside. He's got it done earlier this time. It wasn't on exit, it was in entry for car 6. Now, Reynolds has been called in for 4 tyres. So the first to flinch in the Tradie Energy entry at Team 18 is David Reynolds. Now, he's covering down the inside, but that means he's exposed to the potential crisscross again. So Waters did it successfully last time. Can he do it again this time? No, I think Woody's actually got it stitched. There's a bigger gap involved, but have a look at Payne. He's right there now as well, and Feeney ranging up together with Will Brown, and then it's a little breath back to Chaz Mostert in position number 6. This is developing into a nice little car race here at the moment. It's brewing up, folks. And manage that as well. Thanks for the update, Mark Winterbottom in the pit lane for us this weekend, as Macaulay Jones flinches now as well. So we've got Courtney Golding, Stanaway, Reynolds, now joined by Macaulay Jones, having stopped on lap 21 of 50. So they didn't quite make it to the halfway mark. Meantime, at the front end of town, things are bunching up.
It's our BP Ultimate helmet cam. Wow.
Oh, no.
The leader. Off the road, the leader. A big mistake down at turn 6. That's a massive mistake for Ryan Wood. And it's got a huge amount of debris in the front of it. Did he get it back? So did he get bumped? I'm not sure whether there was any action, but he was a fair way in the lead. He'd actually got about half a second up the road on Cam Waters, so I don't think there was any contact. I think he's made his own mistake.
Well, the big problem here for him was the amount of dirt that I saw in the front of it. So if they can't clear that out...
Sorry, guys.
Let's listen. So something's wrong with it. It's actually steering weird. So something weird is broken. Now, whether or not he was assisted or it's done it on its own, we'll wait and see, but they'll need to...
Left rear suspension, sure, something wrong there.
Boys can stand. If we get underneath it, don't get underneath it.
And that will be as a consequence of going off the road, not...
Garth's down there, so can you see what's going on, GT?
Yeah, it's the left rear, and you can see something's rocking on it, so the guys are going underneath. I'll have a look underneath as well, but yeah, nah, it's the it's come away, rear pickup points come away from the inboard point of the rear lower wishbone, so that's not going to be a quick fix.
Oh, he's broken that left rear, but on the way down to Cole.
Yeah.
That was broken halfway down the hill. That's fast. That's almost 210, 220k. Have a look at that. So that's not an unforced error, folks. That is a complete mechanical failure in the left-hand rear of that car. Yeah, this is clever. Got to do that straight away.
Now, they will potentially get an undercut benefit straight away.
Don't come across too early, mate. Remember to build that brake
Mark
pressure.
Dutton.
See if Larko can do the time.
One more. 3 across now. Centre on the board, please.
Undercut was worth 0.4 of a second last time.
Standing by.
Oh, there's a drama there.
Go.
I think they got away with it. It looked like the right-hand front was going to be slow, but that was good. I think that might have actually been a slightly better stop. But there's the undercut. Here it is. Here's the teammates. There's going to be nothing in it. Feeney keeps the gap. But he's got cold tyres, remember? And Will has now got fresh tyres. He gives him a little bump at the middle of turn 4. He's trying to drive around the outside of him. He can't get it done there.
So they've basically split this race in half, and they're offset by 1 lap. Mostert's now responding. He's in. So this is going to put Waters and Payne under pressure. So this will be one of those races where the lines meet up later in the day. Different way to approach what's going on as we watch the battle between the Red Bull teammates. Mostert comes in for his stop.
So on our numbers there, Feeney's stop was 0.3 of a second better than Brown. And here we go.
Now, I just got told that was a 3-tyre stop then for Mostert. So that's an interesting play, and he comes right out in amongst it. Remember, he qualified just outside the top 10, Chaz Mostert. So he's in behind these guys, and they are sitting the best part of 33 odd seconds away from the race leader. As now Matt Payne responds from position number 2. He's coming into the lane. He's followed by Thomas Randall. Waters has stayed out there at the moment. Nick Percat's in. Anton Di Pasquale is in. Jackson Evans is in. So there's a rush hour now in the pit lane.
I don't know why you would do 3 when you've got the same demand on each side of the car. Why you would do 3 versus 4 in this instance?
They're looking
Doesn't make any sense.
they're looking for a second or 2, aren't they?
But you've still got the same demand on one side of the car.
On one side.
Yeah. And there is no way that 3 tyres will end up performing as well as 4 because of the braking energy and the requirement to get round the big long left-hander in the middle of the racetrack.
24 laps remain.
Here we go. Oh, gee, just over the top there. He was able to get by. Whew, that was close. Here comes Waters.
So Cam's in from the lead. 7.2 seconds over Brody. And this is critical. They're responding to pressure from behind now.
Very clear,
the car at the head of the queue that's already taken the stop is Brock Feeney over his teammate Will Brown. Largo, go.
Yeah, this is going to be critical, Neil, because remember, he's just been undercut for a couple of laps by the Red Bull guys. 1, 3. Yeah, I jumped that intentionally. 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, I tell you, I don't reckon it's going to be good.
We're about to find out. Waters on exit. The Red Bull's around the outside. He's going to be there or thereabouts. He's got the shorter turn radius. He's going to pop out just behind. That's how knife edge this is. And there's Mostert sitting right in behind. Kostecki is our leader from Davison and Kai Allen.
That's the undercut.
This is on here at the moment, this battle between Mostert and Waters, and Cam's just run it wide over the top of the curb and exposes himself, and that allows Chaz to get down the inside and give him some grief. And a pass off the back of it, and a little bit of a love bite out the other side. So that's key. So Mostert's well and truly in this game. That's an awful, unfortunate circumstance for Ryan Wood there. So whether it's copped the curb somewhere, there he is on screen. He's looking pretty positive about it. Certainly outside his control. Let's go to Chad.
Yeah, mate, I'm back to get this very quickly because they're going to put him back in the car, I think. But Ryan, you're taking this very well, mate. Can you tell us what happened?
Oh, something broke. I'm not too sure. I just can't believe it, to be honest. Our race car, he's broken probably the same thing, or no, his wheels come off.
Yeah, well, this could even be a BP Pulse safety car, so I'll wrap this up in a second. But can you talk us through the emotions of one high, one low?
Mate, our race car was unbelievable. That's all I care about. So we should have won that race, I think. And I hate to be cocky, but the thing was a jet. So I'm pretty gutted, but at the end of the day, we can hold our heads high, and there's still plenty of positives out of today. We just want to get some points, so I better get ready.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, he wants to get 75% distance classified to be able to jump in that car, so they've rectified whatever the problem is and they'll send him again. We'll keep an eye on whether or not he does get some points out of it, but good comments from him. He's taken a positive take on what's gone on. He knows he had the pace.
And actually, guys, we've got a car coming into pit lane unexpectedly here. I'm going to head down and find out who it is. I think it's Cooper Murray, and I think he's heading to the garage.
Yeah, it is. We just, as you were talking, Chad.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah, there's something going on. There's a
good save.
Yeah, that was a good save. I was holding my breath a bit there to just make sure that everybody was able to scamper out the other side. But they do take a lot of punishment right here on the curb at turn 5.
Yeah.
And if you do drop off the edge of it at some stage, it's nasty where you actually rejoin. And of course, you hit that curbing very hard at turn 7. Ooh, nicely wrestled back under control. For David Reynolds, that was a significant threat when that thing's wobbling around like that. Over the top of the hill at turn 5. And it's exactly the same scenario between these two guys. There's nothing in it. You'll have a sniff, and he's going to force the issue and try and drive him down the inside there. Waters wouldn't have a bar of it. Closed him off, and there was contact and a wriggle from the Monster Energy car, but he hasn't been able to come out shallow out of turn 6 for Matt Payne. He'll have another go down here at 7, and Waters onto it. He's going to make it hard. The crisscross could be on here for Payne. He's turning in from out wide, but not quite close enough in the middle of the corner. 1 to go, 2.4 Ks. Feeney's got a 1.5 second margin. It's still 0.3 way between Brown and Mostert. They are super close at the moment, getting glimpses of them in the background as this battle rages for 4th and 5th between Waters and Payne.
And Payne's got a feint. So he's got a feint to the left and fire down to the right. So watch this, as he comes off 5, he's got to get the run off this corner. No, he's too far back. He's too far back. He was right there last time. Now, the only thing he can do now is run it in deep, run it wide, and then try to come off turn 6 narrow. Not able to do it. And what a great job by Will Brown to hold Mostert off.
Yeah, and for Mostert to climb from outside the top 10. But the afternoon belongs to this young man. So Feeney has done a strong job today to stitch together his 4th victory of the championship season, and he's come home by a margin of 1.5 seconds over his teammate Will Brown. He extends his championship lead in the process. Faultless performance from him this afternoon, and you can see the sparkle in his eyes. Jamie Whincup, 7-time champion, onto that one. So nice job, well done.
Well, the sun is setting here over in Western Australia, and what a race that was for Red Bull Ampol Racing Team. Pulled the Swifty with the undercut, got themselves to the front, but hard luck story definitely going to Ryan Wood, who was probably on for a race win today, but that is the one that got away. Nice drive from Chaz Mostert to get himself up inside the top few spots. Not a bad strategy from James Courtney as well. They took 2 tyres in a very early pit stop and managed to hold on. Lockie Dalton also took 2 tyres. There is Ryan, he is classified, that's the good news